Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
Sir, I am having a problem in ZBrush.
Hmm.
So actually, like when I'm opening the ZBrush, the user interface it's not coming like yours, like the way you opened yesterday. The screen it's showing. So can I share my screen and
Yes,
show
yes,
it
of
to
course.
you?
Yes, of course.
So can you see my screen?
Yes.
So first, when it's opening, it's showing like this.
Okay.
But when I'm moving the mouse, it's this thing is coming right in front and it's not going away.
Okay. For just click on this option. Just give me this one. I'll annotate. Click on this. It will go.
So which one's up? Oh,
Light
light
box.
box.
Now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, now it went. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So let's me open our file. Let's see. It's not here. Two. Um, where is the file? Shit, my file is gone. Okay, no problem. I'll just open the reference. Okay.
Sir, I have a request.
Yes.
So, like, if you can say it slowly so that I can note it down because yesterday the power went off and I was not able to write it down. The functions for the controls like shift then
Oh,
alt.
just give me a second. I guess I have a shortcut prompter for screen. I'll switch it on. Just give me a second, so that you can see everything on screen. That will be really easy for you to check. I guess we use this one. Yes. So now you can see this. My
Sir,
keyboard.
your
Sir, we can't
screen
see anything.
is,
Oh,
sir, it's showing AID.
oh, sorry. I forgot to share my screen. Now you can see on my screen right side, if I click anything,
Yes,
with
sir.
the mouse, left mouse, right click, all those options are visible. And if I
Yes,
press
sir.
anything from keyboard also, that is also will be visible. So it will help you to understand like what I'm pressing, all the shortcuts. And plus I explain everything slowly, no problem. And I updated my ZBrush and I don't know, it just deleted my backup files like that yesterday we started. So no problem, I'll start it off from scratch. I'll show you quickly where these are reference. It's in downloads. Yeah, it's in downloads. I'll just save it somewhere else. So I got my, this is my reference. So I yesterday only updated my ZBrush. So I don't know, maybe some technical issue. It usually ZBrush saves all its file as a quick save. If you go to Lightbox, you can see quick save. Usually it saves all the like recent files. It save a backup there. and like I guess I updated, so because of that it got I lost that file. So anyways, we just started blocking it out only, so nothing special. So we block it out. So click on this brush. Whenever you open ZBrush, by default this is a 2.5D screen, it's not 3D screen. You can see all these options or functions are deactivated. Until unless you select a 3D model, you cannot use this function. So click on this tool, and we have a cylindrical shape. Click and drag T. You can see shift and drag. I clicked it. You can see all the shortcut. I press T. T for activating edit. So if you hover over any button, it will show you the shortcut edit object, and shortcut is T. So it will be visible there. And the background, I like it like flat gray, and I like to use gray, the second base material, not this bump material. This is entirely different material. So make sure you select basic material too. Now it's all activated. Press W, press C W, and scale it down. Sorry, scale it up to get the shape. Now I want to create this shape first. So this is my backside, like this is my image. I can see the handle here, and I want to match my reference with this thing. So how do I do it? So either I can do it visually by seeing it, or there's one more way. This is like very handy and very easy way of doing it in ZBrush. Keep your image reference, whichever software you're using for image. It can be PureRef, can be Irfan View, can be Windows default image viewer, anything. Just place it on the screen and make sure the reference you're going to match, it's in the center. Then go to ZBrush. You can see there is something called see-through. Top, this part. Now just drag it. It will make your screen see-through. So now you can see this thing very easily. Place it. So initially I was trying to like show you all those options. So that is something I can show you with other things also, other tools also. So I just, you see, I place, the scale is almost correct, angle is almost correct, but now I have to match the volume. The volume is not correct. So volume, how I can match? I can scale it slightly in this direction, slightly, not go too much beyond that. And then, sorry, my bad, undo it. I'll scale it like this and reduce it slightly. Now you see length almost like similar. Now I want to match this entire silhouette. Just focus on the cylindrical shape. Forget about this cloth, this leather piece or cloth piece wrapped around all those design elements. Do not worry about those things. Those things will create. So right now, just blocking out. Blocking is very important before we start modeling anything or sculpting anything. So basic structure. Then this corner, this is basically all the brushes. You can press B from keyboard also. If you press B from keyboard, you can see nothing happened. Reason, it's in gizmo mode. If you are in gizmo mode, you cannot go there. Yes, you can click this and open this, but it won't work. So you have to make sure, switch off the gizmo mode. This is your gizmo, or you can press Q from the keyboard. Now this brush tool is active. Press B. Now you can see all the available brush. So I'm going to use move. Brush size. So right now I can see the brush size of the brush is very small and I cannot go beyond 1000. That means the scale of the model is too big. So what I'll do, I'll reduce the scale and Control and Alt together and right click and scale the model. Zoom in, basically. I'm zooming in. Now, if I go to Q again, now you can see the size of the brush increased. So I reduce the size of the model. So now brush, because brush size cannot go beyond 1000. Now I can just simply reduce the brush slightly. With keyboard, you can see that a bracket I'm pressing. Click here. So I click, it won't work because I have to convert this into a polygon. So once you create any model from the tool, make sure click on make poly mesh 3D. Now it's a polygon. Now I can click on this and move it slightly. Click, move it slightly. Click, move it slightly. Click, move it slightly. Oh, sorry, it moved. Go back, shift and rotate it from a screen. Click, move it this side, move it this side. Match the volume. The basic volume, you can see almost the basic volume structure is matched. It's see-through, you can make it even stronger, you can make it a little lighter also, whichever suits you. And the base, it's little angular, so make sure it's too small. Increase the brush size slightly, move it, align it very nicely. So now you got the basic structure here very easily. So now we have this shape. So for high poly, now I'll switch off this one. For high poly, so whatever you see, this is a separate element, like model as a separate model element. This straps are separate element, this nut bolts are separate element, this blades, this thing are separate elements. So in high poly, the basic rule of thumb for high rule of for creating high poly is keep each and every shape, whatever you see, keep it separate. Do not try to sculpt it from the same model, same base mesh. So always try to separate. So now I can see the skull. So I'll just go here, subtool. Subtool means you have tools and you have subtools, like folder, subfolders, multiple folders inside. So this entire file is basically a tool, and these are the subtool. Whatever you're going to create here, each and every layer will be a subtool. So I'll go append. This time I won't go click here. Now I want another box within this file. That's why I'm going to append it box. So now you can see by default, it won't select the box. You have to click this, select the box, or you have to press Alt from the keyboard and left mouse button on the like whichever model you want to work on, click on that. Like this, you can switch your selection with holding Alt and left mouse button. So now I want this one. Bring it here. And now I want to align this thing like this, align it. If I want, I can twist it also, but that is not necessary. Then W, get so Q to get rid of the gizmo. Now go and select your trim lasso for to cut the model in this angle. So press Control Shift. Together you can see the brush change to trim lasso. If you press only Control, it's mask, only Shift, it's smooth. So each and every function have a different brush assigned to it. So Control Shift together, and now I'm going to cut this thing like this. So see, if I release it here, it won't work. So what I can do, I have to draw this surface. Even if it's not perfect, don't worry. That is something we can fix later also, but there is not enough polygon. So Control D means subdivide, or go to geometry, divide. So both are exact same thing. So select the box, Control Shift together. Cut it. So you can see I cut it, but it didn't work. Reason, With subdivision, this tool doesn't work. So you have to get rid of the subdivision. Delete lower division, and now press Control and Shift together. So you can use mouse, you can use pen tablet. It's totally up to you what you want to use. Previously, I was using mouse and now I'm using pen tablets because I have better control over pen tablet. So you can see this basic shape is ready. Now, based on the base of this thing, you can see there's another extruded part. So what I'll do here is,
Sir, we can see the trails, like the images are under references.
what I didn't understand.
Sir, we can try to see the image, like the what you're doing right now.
What I'm doing right now, make a 3D image. Like what? Like complete your
No,
sentence.
no, like a photo is popped the reference.
Acha, you
Like,
want to
can see the
say
image.
you want to select your own reference, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. You can do that, but make sure it's something similar to that, or you can send me your reference so we can
No,
discuss
no, sir,
that.
not about that. I
Then,
mean, while we are doing this right now, in the
hmm,
display, the other images popped up. The reference is popped up.
yes, yes. Then,
Like we can see the model what you're doing right now.
yes. So why you saying this? Like, can you complete your sentence? I'm not able to understand what you're saying.
Like I am not able to see what you're doing right now.
Okay, so you want to ask me how I did it, like how you can see through the image.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, so keep it simple, say it directly, na? So it's so difficult to understand. So for that, there's the option you can see through. I made it, it was by default 0. So I just moved the slider, made it 54%. Now you can see through. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now I created this basic structure here. You can see basic structure, and there is a slight extrusion here. So this extrusion, this extruded part, I have to create. So how do I do it? So for creating this, there's multiple ways of doing it. What I can do here is, I can just simply select mask that, or I can just simply keep another box here. So as of now, I will try to use another box so that you understand the process of subtool. How does this works? Later I'll what do you call it, like merge them together. Box, select this box, Control D couple of times, then go to geometry, delete your lower division, push it here. Do not scale it like this, and I have to move it like this. Reason, it's not the thickness of the plane surface is same. Thickness of these two box are exactly same, only the shape is different. So I'll do it. So now the press Q again, and now I want to create this design. Control Shift. So before that, BMV, I'll use move brush and push this surface slightly inside. So I'll match this thing, or if I want, I can just simply cut this also. So both works as long as the surface volume matches. With high poly, there is no correct loop or wrong loop. For high poly, there is no poly count limit, as long as it have all the detail and information that it's supposed to contain. It's correct. Okay. Then press Control and Shift again. Cut it. So it didn't work. Reason, there is some time if you do it manually, it doesn't work. You have to connect those surface. Why it's not undo? Still not working. That's very strange. I'll just zoom in my image. Yeah, I just zoomed in so that I can see it properly. Like maybe some thing is I'm not doing it properly. Why it's not working? Is I select the correct model? Yeah, correct model. Okay, so due to some strange reason, this particular shape is not working. I don't know why. It should work perfectly. Then what I'll do is I'll just mask this thing. Control. You can see. I'll just switch off this option. So whenever you press Control, the brush by default switch to masking tool. If you press Shift, it will change to smooth brush automatically. This is like default setting. So press Control and I want to create that mask. Again, lasso tool. Selected this section. I just selected this entire thing. And if I want, I can see through and check it's almost correct. Or if I want to like match it perfectly, though it's just a blocking, it's nothing to do with final result. Mask it. I mask that M shape and then click on this polyfill. You can see those lines are visible. So what I can do, Control W, it will separate the polygroup. You can see it change the color. Then Control Shift, click on this blue color again 2 times. So it will hide that particular polygroup. It will hide that polygroup. Now what I can do here is I can just simply fill this gap or fix this thing, that because that I need this shape. I can do it like this, or I can just simply manually modify. I can do that also. Like suppose I don't want to do it like this. Shift F. Let me draw the shape. So for drawing this, I'll select Dam Standard. It's a brush. It to create any sharp crease. So where is my dam? Press D to isolate everything. Dam Standard. Reduce the brush size. Create this line. It basically creates this kind of sharp line. So now I can see the line clearly. Just refine it slightly. And now I want to remove this part. So this section is not, I don't want it. I want to remove this section from my model. So what I'll do, I'll move the angle. Now I know the shape correctly. I masked it. Press, hold the control, click on out, click left, just tap outside. It will invert the masking. ZBrush is bit complex in terms of shortcuts and all those tools, but once you understand this, it becomes super easy and super convenient while sculpting. So only this part is selected. This is masked. So it's masked. You can see both the side. Press W. Scale it inside. See, I can scale it inside. I can create this shape very easily. Now, once done, deselect. And for now to refine this model, like this is like basic blocking is ready. Now let's see what else we have. So now this model and this model are combined basically. They are like one single solid image, solid shape. So what I'll do, press Q, get rid of gizmo, select this one. These two I need to merge. So scroll down. There is an option called merge. Click this, merge down, click OK. So these two are merged, but they have different polygroups on different geometry thickness and all this thing. Don't worry about that. What I'll do to come right now, they're still two separate mesh only. They are just merged together or just attached together. Like same like Max, you can do it, you can attach, but they are not combined. Like Boolean, you union it. So we have to union this thing. So how do I do it? Go to geometry. Second option, first option is subtool. Second option is geometry, and they have tons of sub menu, sub options. And there is an option named Dynamesh, means dynamic geometry. Click on this. It will combine both the geometry. If I undo, you can see clearly these two are separate geometry. If I click on Dynamesh, both the mesh become one single mesh, one single geometry. Control W to make them one single same polygroup. And this surface is not there, this line. So I'm pressing, holding shift and making it smooth and clean. So like this, I can make it really smooth and clean. But one thing I see, I have to create this thing both the side like this. So instead of doing it manually, I can use symmetry also here. So first I'll align this with the shape. So I can use symmetry also. So for symmetry, that's my Z symmetry, I believe. So if you press X from keyboard, you can see it will switch on symmetry. This is X symmetry, but I don't want X symmetry. So I'll go to transform, switch off X, switch on Y. I believe it's not Y. Okay, it's Z only. Yeah, Z symmetry. See, it's working perfectly. Z symmetry. So if I create something here, just to show you, suppose I want to create a triangular nose here. If I create this, it will be created this side also automatically. So no need to worry. So I'll create this thing very easily. And this particular side have a slight angle. So Control Shift. Cut this thing. So I'll left it here only. That's why it cut this option also. Yeah, cut. So I can create this. And one more thing, I guess few days back when we start class, I guess Akshay only sent me his ZBrush file, I believe.
Yes.
I checked the file, it's decent. It's not bad at all. Yes, only thing is we can all the edges and all, we can make it little more sharp and crisp. Otherwise, it's a decent file. I checked the file entirely. It's good. Okay. Then that means you have the basic understanding ZBrush, so you can do nice job, I believe. So I'll be expecting a lot from you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I create this thing, and now I want to create this top. There is, you can see this dent I have to create. So how do I do it? Just create a line. See, just give me a second. I have to, because something is running on the system, that's just making it a little laggy. So while using ZBrush, do not try not to use anything else. Okay, so this angle, this thing, and now I want to go to move brush again. So I can go here and click the move brush again here. But for your like for the speed, what you can do is press B, then M for move, and V is the shortcut for that brush. BMV. If you press it quickly, you can switch buttons very easy, like BCB, clay build up. You can see brush is changing. BMV, move brush. So it makes your life way easier. My symmetry is on, so I'll push it slightly and make it little angular, and I just simply move it slightly and keep it little clean as much as possible. This angle also slightly outside, it's not, it should, it overlapping this surface. So I create the basic structure. Now we have that eye shape, right? So that is something, that hole we have to create. So before that, I'll just block out the basic structure. Now this axe. Now this axe part I have to create. So how do I do it? What I can do, I can take another box here now, append another box, select Alt, click on this, select it, bring it here and scale it down inside. You can clearly see the thickness difference between these two. So similarly, reduce the thickness, scale, and keep it slightly wide because I can narrow it down very easily. And this thing. So now the basic structure is ready. So this is like one way I can do it like this, or this one easy way, delete this, append a plane instead of a box. Append a plane, W, keep it here, scale it. Now I'll bring this image backside here. I can see the entire thing, make it see-through. Oh, sorry, my bad. Now I just simply match the shape. You can see the shape is not correct 100%. Select this, BMV brush. There's a slight angle I can see clearly. I'll just push it, make the angle, push it, align the angle, reduce, push it, push it. This part should come somewhere here. Those things are aligned, like this is rough blocking only. Okay, now select my this thing. Ashwin sir, I have one doubt, sir. Can't we apply a reference in ZBrush? Yes, we can apply a reference. We can use a light box and you apply a reference. So it's like it's same thing, right? If it's a transparent, you can see through the image. Exactly same thing. Like in reference also, you can have a background image and then top of it you create things. Exactly same thing we are doing. There is a way you can import an image plane and place the texture there and trace it out. Same we and top of it you can build. So it will look like this only. So there is not much difference. So now select the plane. Now this shape I can see. So what I'll do, hold lasso tool or maybe control only, reduce the brush size, control, box is selected, make sure, and oh, lasso, sorry, my bad. Freehand, there's not enough polygon, control D, D, D multiple times. I'm just simply painting that section. Then control alt together this time. Now I'll minus the mask and make it clean masking. So most of the things are ready. Now click on solo so I can see clearly the in between part are not masked properly because anything is not visible to the camera. ZBrush doesn't read that. make it a little clean. Even if it's not 100% accurate, that's also fine. So my mask is ready. Now scroll down, there is something called extract. Click on this, extract. See, it will create a double-sided geometry. Rotate and extract. You can see the thickness is decent, not that much, but it should be slightly thicker than this. So I can increase the thickness, click on this, and whenever I feel it's okay, the thickness is correct, accept it. It will create that geometry. Control, drag outside, deselect the model, demask the model basically. Go to your this plane and delete it. That is not required anymore. So like this, I can create the basic shape. Still, it's basic blocking only, nothing fancy. Now, I want to create other parts like these holes and this nut bolts and all these things. All these things I need to create. So how do I do it? So blocking first. So let's see, basic shape. And this particular area, it's a blade. So this particular area is basically very thin and it's collapsed together. Shift F I do, you can see Shift F is basically polygon fill. I can see this becomes quite there are like two different poly surface. So I need to make this thing pretty thin here. So how do I do it? Again, I can press X, transform, Z symmetry switch on. I can see the Z symmetry. Now, to make only this section thin or collapse together, either I can do it with this thing with Z modeler, edge, shift space bar, collapse, edge, poly loop. Only edge. I want to do a edge. So like this, if I want, I can definitely get rid of these things. I can do it like this, but you see, it will take a long time to fix this thing. The easiest way is I will go. There is a brush B. Press P. P for parrot. Now you can see there is a brush called pinch. So it will pinch this surface. Increase the brush size slightly. Pinch it. It will pinch that surface and make it really thin. Shift F, you can see it's pinching that surface. I can make it really sharp. Okay. Now, this particular part is slightly outside. So what I'll do is Control Shift. You see trim lasso. I'll delete that because that will create really difficult for me to handle that. The BMB move brush again, or if I want to create a really sharp angle, so I can use snake hook. There's another brush named snake hook. It acts as it's basically acts as a move brush, but little sharper. You can create sharp angles and sharp points with the help of this, like this. And once you do this, we have to fix this topology. You see, it's all messed up here. So how do we do it? Go to geometry. There's something called Dynamesh. The moment you apply Dynamesh, Shift F, you can see all the polygon got redistributed. Shift, smooth it. You see, like this, you can fix this thing. BPI pinch. Top view also, I have to pinch it. Pinch, create the blade, so it become thin. And this angle, those things I can fix. Uh, BMV, reduce the brush size. I can make a straight, clean line here. Now the edge and all these things. It just like the drawing, you push things outside like clay model, like suppose it's a clay, just pulling and pushing it. That's it. Same thing, BPI for the front also. BMV, move brush, reduce the brush size. This is angle, soften it slightly. Move it, make it almost a straight line. Little angle, move it. You can see basic axe is almost ready. Now there are a couple of things I have to create. A lot of stuff is still I have to create. So now I have a triangular shape here, that the blade, the pointy thing. So what I can do, the easiest thing that I can do is I can take a lasso tool and create that shape here and extract it. Subtool, extract, accept. So, but one thing will happen is it will create it on the on both the sides. And select this, deselect. Select this and gizmo. It will take the average of this entire model. Click on this, it will go back to that model. It's like center pivot. That option is center pivot. And now move it outside. I can move it like this, and if I want, I can squeeze also like this. Let's keep it like this. Now I want to combine these sections. I want to make combine these two. So I'll just again go click on Dynamesh. So it will become a one single solid geometry. Solo, I can see the gap. Shift F, I can see there's a polygroup. Control Shift, click on, sorry, exit the Gizmo mode. Control Shift, click on this. Again, double click. It will hide that group. It's gone. Oh, my bad. Gone. So hide that polygroup. Control Shift, click on the polygroup. It will hide that particular polygroup. So once you hide that, go to modify topology and delete hidden. So anything which is not visible will be deleted. Now it's already Dynamesh. So once you Dynamesh the model, so the basic function of Dynamesh, you union the model and plus fill any holes in the model, and it's activated. If it's activated, so reapply this. What you have to do is press Control from keyboard, left mouse button, and drag outside. it will fill that gap. So I can do it like this, or now I have move brush. I can move it, keep it a little close. If I want, I can reduce the brush size, so it will become a little easy. If you reduce the brush size, the fall off will reduce, so I can move it even closer. Control drag outside. So it will fill the entire thing and it will become a solid geometry. Shift F. I got the basic shape here. So similar man. Now there's like 3 blades. So BMB. First I'll fix this one. Yeah, push it outside. This part is visible. So now my basic shape is almost ready. Then there are like 1, 2, 3. So what I'll do, duplicate the same model. You can subtool, there's a duplicate option. You can see the shortcut Control Shift D, Control Shift D. W, gizmo is there. Move it down. Angle, this one is slightly bigger. Place it. Then again, Control Shift D. Move it. This one is slightly smaller. Place it and slightly angle. Okay. Not this far. But width is almost same. It's slightly wide. It is also slightly wide. Almost evenly spread these models. And if it's slightly long also, make it slightly wide. Yeah. Okay. So I got this basic shape. I'll save the file. Okay, I saved it. Now we have this basic shape. So how do I create this thing? So the basic idea for this entire this module, you have to create everything in ZBrush. You cannot use any other software. So now those eyes I have to create. So how do I do it? I can just simply mask them and then create it. So I can just simply mask, brush, small brush. Smaller brush will give you smoother and sharper selection. Select this, then one more eye here. And there is a triangle. And if I rotate, it's on both the side. Control W, Shift F. Now you can see the different polygroups. Control Shift, click on this, hide this all the polygroups. Now you can see there is a hole. So to fix this, let's see. Most probably with Dynamesh, this will be fixed, but you can see it's Dynamesh is filling that section. So I cannot use Dynamesh here. So what I have to do is I have to connect those two surfaces, or I have selected this group is there. So now I'll separate this section here. Subtool, split, you can see hidden. So these two model part, because they become separate and they are hidden now, like two different parts. Isolate. See, to both the sides. So if you can't see or backface curling, you cannot see. That's why go to display, switch on double. So like you see both the things. I just want to hide, delete one part. So press X, switch on the symmetry, Control, Shift, Alt. All three buttons together and, oh sorry. Okay. Control, all together. Okay. Why it's not visible? Oh, sorry, my bad. I have to go back to select tool. Here. Control Shift Alt together. It will give you this red color masking. So it will hide that mask. Now go to subtool again, or maybe geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. So everything is deleted. Now only this plane is there. Now what I want to do, I want to extrude this. I'll go to Z modeler, go to any of the polygon, press space bar. Then we have extrude, and I don't want to extrude one polygon. I want to extrude the entire all polygons, all of the polygons. Or there is something called, you can see, polygroup border or polygroup all. Both will work in similar manner. I can extrude it. See, I can create this shape. Now come back from isolation. And keep it here in the center. I kept it in the center. W. Select this shape. And let me see, I have this hole, so I need to fill the holes. I don't want those holes here. I want to like create a nice clean shape. So there is something called close holes. So it's closed now. Now we have that shape. So this shape is quite jagged, like it's not very smooth and even. So how do I make it smooth? Go to deformation. There's something called polish by feature. If you do it, it makes all the edges smooth. You see, really nice and smooth. And the shape I want very crisp and clean. So I'll get this nice, clean, crisp shape. Now, this one is visible. B, sorry, not B. Q, and now it's Shift F. Select this thing, hide it, switch off the eye, select all of them, or switch off the shift, click on the eye, it will hide everything. Keep this thing and this thing visible, these two only, rest everything is not visible. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create boolean. We can do boolean in ZBrush as well. This is my actual geometry, so I'll move it up. And this is my boolean mesh. So select this one and switch on this live boolean option. You can see nothing happens. Now this model, click here. You can see it creates that nice hole with capping, nice covered, everything very clean shape. It's just a preview. It's not your model. To get the model, you have to go to boolean and click on mesh boolean. It will work, and you see still everything is same. But how to get this thing? These two things now I can delete, because it's a part of a new subtool. So append, now you can see it's here. It's here, open it. So like this, you get the eyes and all those basic structure, basic shapes very easily. So like this, try to block out your model. So I'm going really slow so that you understand, because it's a new software and lots of shortcuts, lots of new tools and options are there. So try to block out and whatever difficulty you're facing, I'll explain, get back to me, I'll explain those things. So because you can sculpt it very quickly also, like once you understand the basic structure, then we'll start like this thing, sculpting things really fast. We'll add all these details. You can see I have created this section. I have to still match the size. That is, I'll do finally. I'll create this shape, all this that pole, this strap, these straps, this ring, and this other ring, this nail, all this thing I'll create, everything I'll model, and then find once all this basic blocking is ready, we start sculpting. This is still blocking stage. We're just blocking. So before sculpting anything or before modeling any complex model, we block out. So blocking is very important. So block out everything. If your blocking is correct or accurate, you'll get a very clean geometry at the end very easily. So block out your model and fix everything. And give me a second. I'll mark attendance. The 2 on 1 is done. Notice attendance.